BodyBags, where horror lies.
Welcome back to BodyBags. This is week number 501. This is a theme week, and the theme is independent horror. Independent horror is something that I'm very passionate about, but this week I wanted to do something a little bit different. Now, I've had movies from Bayview Entertainment and Wild Eye, all kinds of different independent labels. But I wanted to do something this week that was a little bit more on the mainstream side, just to show the difference between the independent, low-budget side and the independent mainstream side. So this week I picked It Comes at Night. It Comes at Night is a 2017 film, which runs approximately 91 minutes, and is written and directed by Trey Shults. Now, he was responsible for Waves, Krishna, and some shorts. This stars Joel Edgerton as Paul. He was in The Green Knight, Red Sparrow, and Loving, which is actually a really good film. Christopher Abbott as Will. He was in Piercing, The Forgiven, and Possessor, Brandon Cronenberg's film. And I do believe Christopher Abbott is probably one of my favorite modern actors. And finally, Carmen Ejogo as Sarah. Yeah, hard to pronounce that one. She was in Rattlesnake, Alien Covenant, and Selma. Now, the budget on this was $5 million, and this had a worldwide gross of $19.7 million. So it did pretty well. Guys, I'm not going to lie. This movie is not a feel-good film. So if you guys like feel-good films, if you don't like movies that kind of leave you down in the dumps, this may not be for you. I just remember this is the second time I've watched it. And the first time I watched it was years ago when it first came out. And as I watched it this time, I was just like, wow, that's, boy, is that a downer. Anyway, this is about a family who lives in a house, and there is some kind of infection going on. And I've read a lot of interviews or read a lot of reviews with other people about this film. And the one thing they always say is, they never say what it is. I think the people that say they never say what it is are missing the point. Yes, they don't, but it's kind of, what do you call it? It's kind of implied. It's a sickness. It is a sickness that has no recovery. And the person spews black stuff out of their mouth, and they have these huge black boils all over their body. It is a sickness that can only be contained by killing the person and burning them, basically. So you know you're in for a downer with this movie already. So you have a family, a mixed race family that lives in this house. The father is Joel Edgerton. The mother is plays Sarah, and they have a teenage son, and their grandfather's living with them. Something happens to the grandfather, and he gets sick, and they basically show what happens when you get this disease. He is killed and burned, which doesn't start out on the greatest footing. Well, as they're sleeping, because they wear masks when they're outside, and they wear, boy, does it sound like the pandemic or what? And they carry firearms, just to keep people away from them. As they're sleeping one night, a man tries to break into their house. He says he needs food for his family. That, of course, is Christopher Abbott, who plays Will. Well, Will is not infected, and they go back to Will's house to get his family, who also is not infected. and they basically move in together. It's two families under one roof, and it's kind of happy and light for a while. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it before all hell breaks loose and it goes downhill from there. But you kind of get, I guess, where it's going. Like I said, this is not a feel-good film, but it does make you think. It makes you think of what you'll do in order to protect your family and what other people will do to protect theirs. It's not a feel-good film. I'll say it again. But it is a pretty impactful one. And by not saying what it is, I mean, it is obviously the infection. They don't spoon feed you, which I like that. They give you as much information as the people have that are in the film. So that gives you as much power as they have in trying to figure out what's happening. And I like that aspect of the film. A24, this is an A24 film, and they are killing it. Absolutely killing it. I really like this movie, but like I said, if you're into feel-good movies with happy endings, nah, this is not for you. But it is really worth a watch, especially due to the pandemic that we've had and everything that's gone on. It really makes you think, because this happened before, of course, the pandemic. Different sort of illnesses, but also a similar state of mind. Check this one out. If you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.